Listen closely, because the foundation of our Seattle Seahawks is being rocked to its absolute core. We are talking about seismic shifts that will dictate the trajectory of this franchise for years to come. I have been tracking the movements, the phone calls, and the backroom deals, and what I am seeing is nothing short of a total overhaul. If you are a true member of the 12s and you want to stay ahead of these massive changes, make sure you hit that subscribe button to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers today.
Stop what you are doing and pay attention, because this is a gut punch to our defensive identity. Kobe Bryant has officially closed an agreement to join the Chicago Bears. Let me be perfectly clear about what this means. This is not just a depth piece leaving. This is the loss of a pivotal member of that signature dark side defense that we have come to rely on. I have covered the league for years, and I am telling you that losing a player with his versatility, his tenacity, and his specific understanding of our scheme is a massive failure. When you look at the landscape of the secondary, you need guys who are not afraid to hit, guys who understand the physicality required to play in Seattle, and Kobe Bryant was that guy. He brought a certain level of swagger to the field that is incredibly difficult to replace. The front office is going to have to answer some very tough questions about why they let a talent like this walk out the door for a divisional rival. It is absolute lunacy. You have a system that works, a culture that thrives on grit, and then you allow a piece of that puzzle to just pack his bags and head to Chicago? The optics are terrible, and the impact on the field will be even worse. Opposing quarterbacks are going to see a void where there used to be a reliable playmaker. I am sitting here looking at the roster projections, and I am struggling to find someone who can step into that role and provide the same level of comfort. It is not just about the stats, it is about the mentality. You cannot teach the kind of instincts he showed in our secondary. This move sets a dangerous precedent for how we value our homegrown talent. I am livid, and frankly, the fans should be just as upset. This is a direct hit to the integrity of our defensive backfield. Now, you might be thinking that this is just one piece of the puzzle, but what if I told you that the misery does not stop here? What if the departures are just beginning and the absolute worst is yet to come? We are talking about a total dismantling of the core that defined us. If you think this is bad, wait until you hear exactly who else is walking out the door and how this exodus is going to redefine our Super Bowl aspirations entirely. Are we witnessing the end of an era in real time? You better believe it.
If you want to keep getting exclusive insights like this, subscribe now and turn on those notifications so you never miss a breaking update about the future of our team. I warned you that the bleeding would not stop, but I did not think it would be this devastating. Kenneth Walker III is officially out. He is leaving our squad, and he is taking his talents to the Kansas City Chiefs. Let that sink in. The man who carried the rock with such ferocity, the man who was the heartbeat of our offensive production, has decided that his future lies elsewhere. This is, without exaggeration, one of the most painful personnel losses this organization has suffered in a decade. I have had people in the building telling me that the negotiations hit a wall, but I never truly believed it would reach this point. You do not just replace a player of his caliber. You do not find another guy who can break tackles in the backfield and turn a broken play into a touchdown in the blink of an eye. Kenneth Walker III was not just a running back, he was the engine. When the passing game stalled, when the pressure was on, he was the one we leaned on. And now, he is going to be suiting up for a contender in the AFC. How does this happen? How do you let your franchise-defining offensive threat walk away during his absolute prime? It is a colossal misstep that leaves a massive hole in our offensive identity. The coaching staff is going to have to completely reinvent how we move the ball, because the luxury of just handing it off to him and watching magic happen is gone. I am looking at the depth chart, and I am seeing question marks everywhere. The energy he brought to the stadium, that spark that ignited the crowd, that is gone. This is a cold, hard reminder that the NFL is a business, but sometimes the business decisions are just plain wrong. It makes you question the long-term plan. Are we rebuilding? Are we retooling? Or are we just watching the talent flee because the vision is not clear enough? I have seen many players come and go, but this one hits different. This is a signal that the landscape has shifted, and the road ahead looks significantly steeper. You look at the roster now, and you realize that the identity of this offense has been stripped away. But do not get comfortable, because the narrative surrounding his departure is even more complex than it appears on the surface, and the implications of this move are rippling through the entire league as we speak. Is this just about money? Or is there a bigger, more disturbing reality hiding behind this exit that could change everything? The reality is sinking in, and it is even worse than we imagined. Kenneth Walker III is not just leaving, he is strengthening an AFC powerhouse, turning them into an even more dangerous Super Bowl favorite. Think about the irony. We're sitting here trying to figure out how to keep our heads above water, while he is walking into a championship environment that just got a massive upgrade. This is the ultimate nightmare scenario for any fan. You lose your best offensive weapon, and you watch him go to a team that is already knocking on the door of the Lombardi Trophy. It is a double-edged sword of misery. Every yard he gains for them, every touchdown he scores in that uniform will be a constant reminder of what we allowed to slip through our fingers. My sources are telling me that the front office was aware of the high interest from other contenders, yet they were unable to secure his services. This is a failure of epic proportions. When you have a talent like Kenneth Walker III, you do whatever it takes. You pay the price. You make the cap room. You do whatever is necessary to keep him wearing our colors. Instead, we are left analyzing the wreckage. This is going to have a domino effect on our entire offensive scheme. Defensive coordinators are not going to respect our run game the way they did before, which means the pressure on the quarterback is going to skyrocket. It is a chain reaction of incompetence that is hard to watch. I have been around this league long enough to know when a team is losing its grip, and the departure of a player of this magnitude is a flashing red light. The fans deserve better. They deserve a front office that understands the value of keeping elite playmakers in the building. Instead, we are looking at a future that looks remarkably bleak compared to where we were just a few months ago. The frustration in the locker room is palpable, and you can feel the shift in expectations. We are no longer talking about contending. We are talking about surviving. It is a dark day for the organization, and the questions are only going to get louder. How do we recover? Can we ever replace that kind of production? Or are we destined to struggle through a transition period that no one asked for? The silence from the front office is deafening, and the fans are left to wonder what the ultimate cost of this exodus will be. Is there any hope left for the upcoming season, or is it already time to look at the draft?
This is a pivotal moment for our franchise. We have lost key contributors on both sides of the ball, and the road ahead is uncertain. These departures are not just news stories, they are the markers of a team in transition. Now that we have seen the core of our defense and offense affected, I want to hear from you. Do you think we can bounce back from these losses, or is this the beginning of a long road to recovery? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, because this conversation is just getting started. Thank you for being part of this community as we navigate these turbulent times together. Stay tuned, because we will be tracking every move as it happens.